Now that image you've seen. That image, I've shown this before. This is a good image. That's a cattail, and it just explodes with delight when you rub it. I don't know why that happens, but it just does. Something to do with gravity, I think. Gravity waves. Speaking of waves, that was Wave of Mutilation. That's the UK surf version. And that's, I haven't played that one in a while, but that's one of my favorite songs. So for anyone who liked that, man, the Pixies, gosh golly, gosh darn it, they're so great. Man, have I got some interesting stuff for you tonight. I've got some stories, and I've got some games that you might enjoy. The first one is A Minute in Millions. The really bizarre name. But this was the third or fourth time this was recommended to me, and I finally said, you know what, let me check this out. Let me give this a shot. And, well, we'll see how it is. Anyway, welcome to the stream. This is Saturday for me. Well, it's Sunday. It's about an hour into Sunday, and I had a long day. I got a message from Criken. He invited me to a thing called Indiecade, and I posted a bunch of pictures on my Twitter, and you can see them there. But I was like, oh man, another convention? It's about an hour drive. It's in Queens. I was like, all right. Well, it's Criken. I might not have an opportunity to meet him again anytime soon. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go. And I went, and traffic sucked a little bit, but I got there, and I checked out some video games. And Criken was cool, really nice dude in person. And I saw some of the weirdest fucking games ever, which I will be explaining maybe during Enter the Gungeon. But before I do that, let me show you a few things. I recorded a little bit of video, not too much. But the first is
legit camera.
Legit camera. It's blurry as fuck, but this was just basically a string of LED lights going to the ceiling.
So it's just like a big blurry line.
Yeah, it is a big blurry line. Basically that was a game where you control a green dot and you have to make the green dot go up the string of LEDs. It was one of the more exciting games at the Indiecade. The Indiecade was at the Museum of the Moving Image, which is basically like a film museum. Right here is an example of some of the cool stuff they have. That's some interesting special effects and stuff like the original Chewbacca mask from A New Hope, for example. Top left is Eddie Murphy's Gumby mask from Saturday Night Live. Bottom left is the monkey from 2001: A Space Odyssey. I mean, so there's just so many cool things, and my favorite was this. Here's another angle on this. This is the Tyrell Corporation building from Blade Runner, which I just adore that movie so much. And that was one of the actual pieces of the goddamn building, the miniature. And there's a bunch of light piped through fiber optics. And I just was wandering around, after playing some games. I was like, well, I'll check out what they have. I saw this and I nearly died. I was like, Blade Runner. I touched it. I don't know if I'm supposed to touch it, but I touched it. I didn't get arrested, guys. But I've touched a piece of cinema history. My favorite movie. I'm a pretentious twat, and I like Blade Runner as my favorite movie. So getting to see this model and actually examine it up close was just unbelievably cool. There's the original script for 2001, well, screenplay, not one of the originals. For 2001 by Stanley Kubrick. And there was actually I didn't take a picture of it, but there was an actual notebook, one of Larry David's notebook while he was writing Seinfeld episodes, and in his handwriting, there was an episode of Seinfeld. But yeah, I mean, some of the indie games were really cool. Let's see, here's a few other... Here's there's just so many weird fucking games. Look at that little kid. Is there like you have to like control a tank by like fucking, I don't know, turning a crank? Some of these games made no fucking sense whatsoever. This was just on my camera. Like, look at that. There's a giant fucking ball. It's like a yoga ball controller, and I don't know what the hell it does, but I would say a lot of the games looked really cool. Some of them were VR, some of them had some interesting ideas, and a lot of the other ones were, I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop the bomb. Uh-oh, here it comes. Pretentious. Ah, fuck, I said it. But, well...
And move. Oh, there's lights now.
Here's a vagina controller.
Oh, is that the point of the game? What? Is that you're not supposed to know what to do with like a vagina? Is that the whole point? Oh my god, that's probably the point. It's like it's so confusing.
They were trying to figure out how to play the game. The game was broken. But yeah, there's a game that you actually used a vagina controller on. Here's a picture of someone else. Yeah, basically I found out, Criken told me you had to actually insert your finger into the bottom of the vagina. There's a hole at the bottom and you press the reset button and the game resets because it's a physics-based game that makes no sense. It's a three-legged dong thing and it fucking moves around and you move it by spreading the lips of the vagina. I'm not fucking kidding. And inside there's a little switch where the thing would be, and when you flick it up, you move up. When you flick it down, you move down. Yeah, so that was real. That was a thing. That really happened. And the game sucked, by the way. Okay, no, it didn't suck that bad. It was... When I finally figured out how to play it, I figured out that there wasn't a whole lot to do. All you could do was walk into objects. There was a big block of cheese. The physics and the motion made no sense. But it was the most bizarre experience outside of Slug Simulator. Which, it's obviously, this is not Slug Simulator. I don't know what the fuck this is. I think it was a horror game. But there was a vacuum that would blow air at you while you were in this, like, slug outfit. I don't know if there was a camera or what at the top there. But the dude was just moaning uncomfortably the whole time. He was just like, ah! And then you hear the vacuum. It was like, ah! And then I would look at the screen and it looked like a horror game, but I wasn't sure what he was looking at, and someone else was playing it too. Really, really fucking weird. Kind of amazing. A lot of these games were games that seemed like just proof of concept, like an attempt to stop someone in their tracks and be like, what is this? For example, here is... You have to give the dog CPR to revive the dog. It tells you what to do, and then you do the thing. You are a nurse or a doctor, and you have to either punch the dog to resuscitate it, or give it breath. So, yeah, that is also something that happened. Here's me and Criken. Criken's a cool dude. I like him a lot. We took a picture. We took a few pictures. Most of them sucked, but he's a great guy, and I was happy he got in touch. There's an arcade cabinet for Crypt Worlds, which was bizarre. I love Crypt Worlds. That's one of my favorite weird games, and it was there in the flesh. I was shocked to see it. Really filthy cabinet. Well, it was clean, but it was made to look filthy, which for a game where you piss on things, it's appropriate. And then this was Strawberry Cubes, a game I've streamed in the past, and it was, I don't know why it says Baby Castles up top, but anyway, it's Strawberry Cubes, really weird game. It was there. Number of other games that I've never seen before. There's a game called Nevermind that looks pretty cool. There's also an arcade cabinet for Hylix, which was one of the weirdest arcade cabinets I've ever seen. I mean, first of all, what are the controllers? It's a horse head and a wolf head. I don't know what is going on. I think those are the joysticks. But for a game that simple, it's almost, I guess you could have a wolf head. And then there was this gem, which was just a coffin with a weird, I guess it didn't show up in the picture. You can't see it, but by far the shittiest display at Indiecade was just this coffin thing. And yep. Yep. It was weird. The game was just like a few colors. It didn't really even have very many pixels. They skimped on the pixels, guys. But overall, I would say it was an interesting setup. I guess that's about it. There was also this, I don't know who the fuck what this is, but it was like some weird Egyptian theater thing. I just took a stupid selfie and then realized I should never post that to the internet ever. Oh fuck, it's too late. And then here's camera of, old camera, because old cameras are cool. And that was my experience at Indiecade. There was other games. Criken, I will tell you, is working on a video game, which I'm going to keep secret. But let's just say it was very cool, and you guys will love it when I stream it. That's all I can say about it, because I don't want to go any further. It'll probably be out way longer in the future, not anytime soon, but it's interesting, very interesting indeed. So that was my day, and now we begin video games.